We end with a profile of the city's first ever poet laureate, Nicole Terez Dutton. Reporter Laura Onyeho spent some time with her here in Somerville and at a gathering of poets in Boston.
I'm really excited to be the Poet Laureate, and I think it's particularly, it feels like a really interesting and wonderful challenge being the first Poet Laureate. It seems to me that all of the folks that I've talked to, the mayor and all of the people in the Arts Council, are really committed to having this be a supported and successful laureateship. So this is it's an honor, and it's very exciting. After I graduated from graduate school, I was able to teach college, and so I was able to teach composition classes in college, and then teaching the MFA program, which I love. You know, for me, it's a treat and a privilege to be able to sit with people who are actually really invested in their own growth as a writer, and to have those kinds of very intensive conversations with them. We have a really great poetry community in Boston, so this is a great, lovely place to be a growing young poet. Just a wealth of resources and individuals and institutions that are available to support that.
Close your eyes. There are so many bar chords.
I think it's important to remember that poetry is meant to be spoken, it's meant to be sung.
Some of us, in slow flannel mornings, rising with breadcrumbs in our beards and the rind of whatever moon stalled within our paper wasp mouths while we searched for our brushes and gowns. Some of us do not feel like our familiar selves. We are houses filled with someone else's furniture.
I enjoy reading the poems. Sometimes I'm able to perform them, sometimes I'm invited to perform them, which feels really different from reading. And I was at the Martin Luther King Day event here in Somerville. That was a really beautiful event. Lots of talent in Somerville. Kids came and were playing. Several orchestras played, symphony dancers, you know, so really beautiful event. I did a poem called Miles and Diz, which is an older poem that I've written, and I read it because I had read a really great interview with Martin Luther King Jr., and he talked about how blues was, you know, the first spoken language, and then jazz was the elaboration.
Not knowing the upper registers, you play what I play, an octave lower, and so we travel together.
The first thing I want to do is I want to implement a program, an apprenticeship program, so that youth have an opportunity to have workshops and tutelage in poetry.
The trick of everything is finding the trick in it. That's what Ma says. Multiplication tables have tricks. Butterfly stroke, new schools, so does church. Find the game in it, then find the way to win.
I've read her book a few times, used it to teach, and that's a long way to say it was really nice to just see her reading from it and her warm presence, and just hearing some random behind the scene approaches.
So write a list of images for the word gray, you know, and I just feel like it just gets things going in a different way.
Like, I'm an accessible person, you know, and I'm really interested in working with people to get things accomplished. So if people have ideas, I'm open to that. You know, if people want to invite me to come into the classroom, or they have a notion that they want to invite other poets to come to where they are or to set up events, we can make that happen.